Welcome to Therapy with T. I am excited to do this reading for you today, and I just want to say thank you to my new subscribers. Every time I get a subscriber, I'm just like filled with the sense of like, I don't even know, it's like being a kid again and getting like candy or I don't know, something very exciting. So I really appreciate it. And I'm going to be doing a pick a card reading. So if you've never done that, you're going to choose one of these piles after I pick a card for you to kind of vibe into. And then you'll find the timestamps in the description box. And you can skip ahead to that reading and I'll meet you there, or you can stay and watch this part. I pre-shuffled just because that takes some kind of time, as well as like a little bit of meditation on my part, and I just wanted to do that in silence. So I didn't look at anything. So you'll go ahead and pick one of these piles. The question that I'm wanting to do that came to me was, so what is in store for you still, like this year? So what's still in store for you this year? If you are watching this in September, it's almost 2025, which is crazy bonkers to me. So I do feel that this can be a timeless reading no matter when you find it. So let's go ahead with this first part where I'll pick one of these cards and then you guys can vibe to it. And also please just give permission for me to do a reading for you, give consent, permission for your spirit team to speak with mine so I can bring forth clear messages for helping, healing, and hope for the highest benefit of all involved. And I just will thank my team ahead of time for helping me make really clear connections and bring forth clear messages. Okay. All right, so if you are going to be pile one, this will be your card. Pile two. What is still in store for you this year? And pile three. Okay. I will meet you at pile one, pile two, or pile three. Sometimes there's messages in all of them for you, so if you're drawn to more than one, go for it. And sometimes it doesn't resonate at all, and don't make anything like forced. There's other readings, there's other readers. All right, I'll see you at your pile. All right, welcome pile one. If you were drawn to this hourglass card, this is your reading. You're in the right spot. Can I bring that down? I think I was holding these up too high last time. All right, so we are asking what's still in store for you this year because it's almost 2025. And I'm gonna do your tarot first. One thing, if you didn't do already, because you maybe skipped ahead, is just if you could kind of center and give me permission and give consent for me to do this reading and for your spirit team to speak to mine, with the intention of bringing forth really clear messages for healing, helping, and hope for the benefit of the highest benefit of all involved. Okay, thank you. All right, pile one, let's get into this. What is still in store for you this year? So your first card is Seven of Pentacles. I can see that. So you have the Seven of Pentacles. I'm trying to remember what order. Eight of Pentacles, that's really interesting. 7, 8. So whatever this is that's still in store for you might happen like sequentially, like a domino effect, one thing after the other, or one thing that happens then leads to the next thing. So it could be like a multiple step, or it could just be like saying this is going to happen quickly, like one thing after the other. Like not tomorrow, but it would be like, what's a good example? Because those sound the same when I'm telling you right now, but they're different. They're two different things. Let's just keep going. We'll see. You have 20, which is awakening, but which is judgment in the major arcana, which is cool. about a higher purpose or calling. So 7, 8, and then 8, and then Judgment. Very cool, pile 1. All right, so I'm gonna get everything on the table and then we'll jump in and kind of discuss. All right, excuse me. You also have King Protea, and it says courage and transformation. Super cool. Pile 1, whatever you have been working on for the last, maybe this year, maybe longer, but whatever you have been putting a lot of effort into, you're going to be reaping what you sow. You've been very, very focused and dedicated on it. And it could be that it's your purpose or your calling or what you feel drawn to do. But it could also be, yes, like self-awakening, like realization about yourself. But we'll keep going. Then we have courage and transformation. We have your card with this, the hourglass. Maybe you thought it was too late for you to start something and you're taking that leap to do it. Like going back to school or something like that. All right, then you have work of art. Be the portrait of divine beauty. Be the portrait of divine beauty. You are the art. You're the talent. That's what's coming to me. Right here. All right, and then you have forgiveness. Work of art. For those of you who, this is very specific, but any moms that are wanting to like go back to work, if you've been, not go back to work, raising a family is work, but if you're wanting to go work outside of the home or work remotely or wanting to go back to school or something like that, and you're feeling a lot of guilt about it because it'll take away time from your family or children or some other commitment, this is just a confirmation that you should go ahead and put yourself ahead at this time. That this is the time to, there's something like coming from you. Like you have like, this is like heart, chest, and this is like womb. It's like something that you're creating. So anyway, if you are feeling that way, this is just, take this as confirmation that your team is saying like, no, it's okay to, this is the time, the timing is right now. Okay, so for some of you, that's what's still in store for you, is this realization that you have a purpose or a calling, or you have a desire to do some type of work, and you're going to go ahead and back yourself and do that. And reaping what you sow. So if like you do have a family or other responsibilities, it's like you've been putting in so much work, and now you're going to get to see that what that work was all for. Again, with the forgiveness would be, in that first example would be like allowing yourself to have desires and wants for yourself and not feeling guilty. Forgive yourself for making, or forgive yourself for changing your mind as well. So some of you might have been really struggling with something that you maybe had something that you put tons of effort and work in, and now you're changing your mind about it, and it's okay. So forgive yourself. There's this courage and transformation card. It's just really talking to me about, you know, like when you have a personal awakening or realization, and then suddenly it's like right after that, all these things start coming in like domino effect. You're like, okay, wait, now I'm seeing everything differently. So this it takes bravery to do that. It's courageous to, like rock the boat when things have been a certain way. So pile 1, what's still in store for you this year? Some type of self-awakening, self-realization is happening in this year 2024, or whenever you watch this, where you realize that whether you think the timing is right or not, it is. The timing is right. You've built a foundation, you put in a ton of work, and now you get to reap what you sow. Forgive yourself for feeling guilty or for not feeling guilty. And back yourself and know that it takes courage to do this change and this shift. And I am gonna read this really quick. I've never, King Protea. King Protea. It sounds weird out of my mouth. Courage and transformation. There are more than 1,400 varieties of Protea flower. Protea? Protea? If someone knows, will you tell me in the comments how to pronounce that? Protea flower as they adapt to many circumstances. Let go of limitations, many solutions. Yeah, I feel like that is actually really helpful. Thank you, team, because it's saying let go of any limitations. That's what is still in store for you this year, is that you are going to let that go, forgive yourself, and allow yourself to have the timing to do things that you are feeling called to do. And that doesn't mean that it's like this great calling of like saving the world or ending world hunger. It could just be like learning to knit, or taking a pottery class, or growing your own vegetables, or reading a book to yourself. It could be so many different things, but it's just give yourself time to bring forth whatever this is that wants to be created right now. Cool, pile one. I hope that made sense to you. If it did and you liked this, please drop me a comment. Let me know why. I watch YouTube on my TV, so you can't comment that way. So I get it, why people might not comment, but if you wanted to like or subscribe, that is also incredibly wonderful. I am trying to get to a 1,000 people goal. But pile one, I'm glad that you still have this in store for you when you find this, whatever year you find this in. Thanks for being here and letting me do this reading for you. Bye. Welcome, pile two. If you were drawn to this card, which reminds me of where the wild things are, this is your reading. Sorry, I'm always trying to see, like, is this too high? Is this too high? Eventually I'm going to figure it out. Hopefully you can see that. So I am going to put all of the cards down first, and then we'll get into it. I'm going to do your tarot first, but if you could just take a breath and give consent and permission for me to do this reading for you and for your spirit team to speak to mine, so I can bring forth really clear messages for helping, healing, and hope for the highest benefit of all involved. And I'll just thank my team for helping me have clear messages and communication. Okay, so this is what's still in store for you this year, pile two. One thing I do have to say right off the bat, when I was shuffling everything and in my intro, you might have skipped that, which is totally fine. I was talking about how exciting it is when I get new subscribers. It feels like I'm a kid again, like getting a toy or a present or candy, or going to get Pizza Hut, like your personal, I don't know, just some really like sweet memories and excitement. So then with this card, it is a little kid playing with toys, and then there's the Where the Wild Things Are-esque creatures behind here, which again just brings me back to childhood. So we'll see what the cards are, but I'm getting like this childlike joyfulness vibe. So okay, so pile two, what's still in store for you this year? You have the Three of Pentacles, collaboration, kind of interior designs, making something beautiful, making a home or family. You've got Five of Pentacles. Interesting, because in pile 1, 2, they had 2 pentacles from different decks next to each other as well. If you were also drawn to pile 1, you might have, there might be a message in there for you as well. All right, and then you have the Magician. That's exciting. I just realized that the sun just went down and it might have gotten dark, so let me turn this light on. Or it went behind a cloud. It didn't go down yet. Okay. All right, so pile 2. Let's get your other cards out here. I'm gonna put that here. Some kind of manifestation. Okay. You have creativity with the Marigold. I'm just gonna have a squirrel moment, but these are like the most beautiful cards. They're by Cathy Nichols. They're called flower medicine oracle deck, and I'm obsessed with them. But anyway, if any of you are artists, that's interesting. This does, again, if you're drawn to pile 1, maybe check that out as well. There's this idea of like creating art again, maybe like a childhood dream. Okay, what else do we have? We have galactic, out of this world, and we have live in the moment. What you are looking for is with you. Interesting. What you are looking for is with you. Okay. So we have 3 of Pentacles. Give me a moment to sit with this. What is in store for pile 2? I mean, for some of you, it could be that you're maybe going to create a family, but strings attached. I did feel this vibe of like childlikeness, excitement, like the best gift ever, like preparing a home for something. But with the creativity, which could be like Empress energy, which could be like fertility or creation of something. And with galactic, it's like out of this world, like soul connection. Interesting. So pile 2, I'm feeling like there could be multiple things that happen for you still this year. I'm going to grab another couple cards to see if I can get some clarification. So for pile 2, I'm getting the messages, but how does it all connect is what I'm some kind of coming out of the cold. Could just be, okay, yeah, could just be worrying about that. Okay, so what do we got? We have Queen of Pentacles. Being abundant. And 2 of Swords. For those of you who are maybe trying to decide if you want to have a family, I'm definitely getting that message too. So some of you might be on the fence, which is a really trite way of explaining it because it's not really appropriate. It's not, I don't know how to explain it. Sitting on the fence is like very blasé, but basically like feeling like there's 2 options that you could manifest. And there's a lot of maybe concern and worry about that. Yeah, like, do you want to just be an auntie in the background taking pictures, or do you want your own children? Do you want a family? Do you want to bring something from the outside in, some type of fertility? We have 2 birds and 2 birds. Birds are messengers to me, but also can be partnership. 3 of Pentacles, collaborating. You're manifesting a collaboration to create something that's going to bring abundance into your life, that's kind of like out of this world. So again, I mean, it could be an art project, it could be like a coding for computer, like video games, it could be something you're creating that's, you know, like a magical creation of something, like something very creative and using imagination. It could be something like that. I do keep going back to this like childlike vibe, partnership, collaboration. Let me pick one more card. Let's take from this deck, or no, we'll do this one. This one is, okay, well, I just picked this up and this did not come with the pack, so we're taking 7 of Cups. Yeah, okay, again, the vibe is like there's this decision to make. You have multiple dreams, you have multiple choices that you've been really worried about it. So I feel like what's still in store for you this year is obviously some type of collaboration where you are, that you've manifested. So you've been really thinking about this thing and it's gonna happen. And it's creative and it's something you're making. It's with that energy of like abundance and nature and nurturing and almost like fertility. Something, you're creating something that's out of this world, something magical. Yeah. And I just keep getting the same message. So I think that's what the message is for you, pile 2. It's vague in my mind. I don't know what it relates to, but it's very clearly some type of collaboration that you've manifested, meaning you wanted this in your life. You've been worried about it though. There's been a lot of choices. Whatever this is that's in store for you though, you're going to be creating something in collaboration with somebody or something else that will bring you abundance, and it's out of this world. Okay, I think I've said that a bunch of times, but I kept feeling like I needed to repeat that. So pile 2, really cool. If you know what this is and you would like to leave me a message about it, I would be so stoked on that. It's okay if you don't, like I watch YouTube on TV, so you can't really comment. So I always just like readings when I'm like, oh, that really resonated with me. So if this resonated with you and you want to give me a like, awesome. And subscribe. Again, like every time I get a subscriber, I get so excited. So, oh, okay, so that could be something too, pile 2, if you're having a YouTube channel and trying to get to a goal, or you're starting some kind of business like that as well. Anyway, pile 2, thank you so much for being here and letting me do this reading for you. Bye. All right, welcome pile 3. If you were drawn to this card, which looks like a horse from a merry-go-round that's kind of escaped the merry-go-round and it's kind of flying up into the air. This is your reading. I apologize for the shaky camera. I'm working towards a better system of that. Okay, so pile 3, we're asking what's in store for you still this year. I'm going to get all the cards on the table and then we'll go from there. I do remember when I was shuffling, you all got 2 of these past life cards, which is cool. No other deck had multiple cards. So if you could just take a moment and give consent or permission for me to do a reading for you, give your spirit team permission and consent to speak to mine so I can bring forth the clearest messages for helping, healing, and hope for the highest benefit of all involved. And I thank you ahead of time, and I thank my team for really helping me with really clear visuals and hearing things clearly so I can really make it make sense. Okay, let's go. Okay, so let's do your tarot first. You have 7 of Swords. What's in store for you, pile 3? We have, if you're seeing this in September, you have like 3 more months before 2025, but whenever you find this reading, that's what it's for. All right, so you had 7 of Swords, 8 of Wands. This is the second time a 7-8 has happened in connection. This is actually what I was probably, if you were drawn to pile 1, you might have a message in there. 7-8 like this, they're not the same suit, but usually like this means something happening concurrently, or not concurrently, but what, like a domino effect, but different suits. So that's interesting. We'll get there. Okay, and then you've got the Tower card, which is very cool. Something quick, something very quick, some huge quick change. Okay, what else? We've got Cinderella with Zinnia. Yes, Zinnia with Cinderella. Yeah, like a huge shift like that, like going from like rags to riches. Cinderella was like cleaning the cinders 1 second and then like those uncomfortable shoes and the ball gown the next. Like that kind of freedom, but almost like fairy tale magic freedom. Okay, what else? You've got, that's so funny. It's literally just saying freedom. Gift of freedom, break away from your attachments. Okay, when that stuff happens, I feel like thank you, because that's such a clear confirmation that I'm on the right track. So thank you, team, and thank you, pile 2 energy. So again, some type of breakthrough, change, quick succession, one after the other. Then you've got imprisonment or slavery. Again, this idea of freedom. I don't look at these cards before I do this. I just shuffle them and put them in their piles. And then you have Celtic or Celtic? Celtic. Celtic is the team. Celtic is the Irish thing. Knot. The Celtic knot. Okay. I know stuff. So that could just like directly, because to me that symbolizes like Ireland, maybe even Scotland, or that type of vibe. I wonder if you're, so very specific, but if any of you are literally about to travel somewhere like Ireland or Scotland, Isle of Skye, something like that, and that's like a huge bucket list, and it's going to be a huge change for you, and maybe because something was keeping you imprisoned, but it's just like this freedom journey right now. So that's what I thought of Cinderella. I want to read what this zinnia is about. First impressions can be deceiving. What appears plain will blossom into magnificence. So that might mean something to you. Again, though, for me, this is clearly talking about a freedom situation, like being free. The Tower, and again, like this is a very quick and sudden change. This is not something that is like a slow build, a slow burn. It's like there's no way you would miss the change. Like, and it also means freedom. That's right, because the Tower. That's crazy. All right, pile 2, huge thing about freedom. So freedom doesn't necessarily mean like imprisonment or slavery, right? It can also be like free of eating disorder, free of addiction, free of guilt. It could be free of having kids and being able to get out of town. It could be some type of freedom that way. So it doesn't necessarily have to be like going from like straitjacket restriction to like freedom. It doesn't have to be such a negative to positive idea. Just this idea that keeps coming through of being free is super important, obviously, because it's repeating itself. And I did want to, again, fast, like happening quickly. So this is happening for you this year, obviously, happening quickly. So that's right. 7 of Swords. Yeah, I mean, it's just like bam, 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 fast, fast, fast freedom. This is so clear, and I'm so grateful. Thank you so much, team, for being so clear that I literally don't have anything else to say because it's so obvious. Break away from your attachments. Literally, this horse is breaking away from a merry-go-round and flying into the sky. And then we have Cinderella. We have imprisonment. It's so clear. So I'm like, well, I could pick another card, but like, freedom is what's still in store for you this year. And whatever, let's see if I can pick one more card to see if I can get an idea of like in what area. And if I'm not supposed to know that, I'm not supposed to know that. 5 of Pentacles came out. So I feel like I'm probably not supposed to know or tell you. Because 5 of Pentacles is like feeling left out, being left out in the cold. It can also just be about worrying about something. So it's possible that this would be an area where like you feel excluded from something, or something about money, concerns about money. Oh, that could be that you have felt like you have been imprisoned by your financial situation, and you're about to. Something is going to happen like in succession, moving very quickly, that's going to give you this amazing feeling of freedom. And you're going to be able to break away from attachments or debts or, yeah. So I'm thinking for some of you, it is in the financial abundance world. For some of you, it could be like in the creative art world. It could be anything. So you put where it goes in your head. That is your reading, pile 3. Thank you so much for being here. I'm sorry, pile 2. No, pile 3. I keep saying pile 2. I'm so sorry. All right, maybe some of you have messages in pile 2 if I kept saying pile 2. But pile 3, this is very exciting stuff. I do think it, for a lot of you, it is about financial freedom, which is really wonderful. I'm very excited for you. If you resonated with this and you want to give me a like or subscribe, I love that so much. It's like kid in a candy store for me. But no matter what, thank you so much for being here, and I really hope that this was helpful. Bye.